There are two main steps that you need to take if you plan on enrolling in Medicare after 65. Now, this is probably odd because people assume you have to join Medicare at 65. But if you've watched my videos, you know that's not necessarily the case. So in this video, let's talk about what can you do, or we'll talk about one, who can delay Medicare past 65? And number two, how do you eventually join Medicare in the future? I'm Emily with the Medicare Coach, an independent Medicare consultant, helping our clients easily navigate both the Medicare rules from the government, but also the insurance company options to help you do what's ultimately right and best for you to have really good health insurance while also protecting your financial savings. Now, in the section below, I'm going to share some extra resources with you to, again, get the shortcut to Medicare to make it simple and easy. So let's hop into this. Many people assume that you have to join Medicare at 65. But in my other videos, you know that you can delay Medicare past 65 if you have an employer health insurance plan that meets Medicare rules, okay? So if your Medicare plan, one, meets Medicare rules, and two, is cheaper than Medicare, you will delay Medicare. I had a gentleman the other day who was 84 years old, who just retired from a bank, and he just joined Medicare for the first time. Now, yes, that is older than normal, but it's not abnormal in that case. So what do? So if you're sitting there today and you're saying, I'm going to work for a few more years, but how do I eventually enroll in Medicare when I do retire? And there's a couple of things that are involved. Number one, when you leave your employer health insurance plan, you qualify for what's called a special enrollment period, okay? So when you leave an employer plan that, again, meets Medicare rules, you qualify for a special enrollment period. This means that you can join Medicare at any point in time within about an 8-month window after you leave the employer plan. Now, my recommendation is that your Medicare starts as soon as your employer coverage ends. So if they try to offer you COBRA, that does not count, okay? As soon as your active employer coverage ends, you should be joining Medicare. So I tend to like to work with clients 6 months in advance so that we can submit the official applications for their Medicare application, ideally 2 months before or more their Medicare is supposed to start. Now, there are two forms required to enroll in Medicare after 65. And the first one is an employment verification form. This form is submitted by your current employer who is providing you your medical insurance. If it's you and a spouse, you each have to have your own individual form filled out by the employer. This form is asking the employer to verify how long you've had coverage for, because they want to ensure that you've been covered since your 65th birthday. If we don't have complete coverage in 65, it can lead to penalties. So again, the first step is having your employer confirm the employment verification details and confirming that you are leaving the plan, because leaving the plan is what allows you to join Medicare at a later point in time. Okay, so that's the first important form, and it kind of holds us up. People usually can't have your employer fill that out until they know that you're leaving. I have a client right now who works for a big healthcare system, and as soon as you announce that you're going to retire, they stop accumulating your paid time off. And so we have to wait longer than I'd like to submit that form into Medicare because she can't have it officially filled out because they don't know that she's leaving. But again, ideally we'd have that completed 2 months before you plan to leave the company. Now, secondly, once we have that form, we will then submit your official application for Medicare Part A and or B. So in that form, the application form, they're going to ask you for your proof of the employment coverage, so that way you'll qualify for your special enrollment period. It's going to ask for either your Medicare ID or your social security number. It's going to ask for your address, it's going to ask for the employment verification, and it's also going to ask for your requested Medicare start date. Again, we like to have this form submitted 2 months before you want your Medicare to start, and that way we have your approvals and time for your Medicare to begin. Again, it's quite common for people to enroll in Medicare past 65. You just have to know how the rules work. So hope you found this helpful. Make sure you leave your comments and questions in the comment section below, and we look forward to helping you easily make your right Medicare decision.